Oh my god, how the fuck did I miss that? Eek! Easily my best eek ever. Huh? What the? Get your filthy hands off! Let's go! Quiet now. Is that any way to greet me? Alright, what is going on, everybody? Very good to be back. It's a beautiful day out right now. It's drizzling a little bit outside. I've been itching to play this stuff. If I was just playing by myself and not worried about, you know, trying to record it and get everything set up, I would have blown through the first case already. But I'm really excited to play this again. I am going into this with the strong feeling that Lotta Hart is going to show up. I saw a little inconspicuous afro last time, and it's possible that I'm being paranoid and crazy, but I think we're at Gourd Lake, which is the first place we met her. There's a little reporter that is an homage to her, certainly in her like dialect and the way that she acts. Like she just is like very blasé about the crime scene, trying to get a scoop. That this person knows Lotta Hart. Has to. Must. Certainly. Or I'm being crazy. That's totally possible. But let's go. Let's do this. Hold on, Kay. It's a little soon to be jumping to conclusions. For the moment, they're a person of interest and nothing more. Understood? Okay, no jumping. But he's our shooter, sir. But he's our shooter, sir. I'm sure of it. He's the guy who tried to take out the president. I'm not very good practice at this. Alright, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get all the voices. In broad daylight, surrounded by a crowd of witnesses, this is no ordinary assassin. Bring him over here, detective. Carefully. Yes, sir. Come on, boys. You heard Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder who could... Oh my god. Wow, I stopped at a wild time last time. I was like a few voice lines away from Shelly to Killer, who Edgeworth has met at this point, question mark? Has this happened? When does this happen? And why is he wearing Shelly to Killer merchandise? Extremely cool that the monocle's attached to an earring. I don't think I ever noticed that. That's fucking incredible. And the little bird has a monocle cherry with the earring attached. God, he looks cool as fuck. The fucking undercut, mohawk, face cut in half. No umbrella, and a bandage on his left arm. And he's Shelly the Killer. Well, pal, state your name already. Doe. John Doe. Charmed, I'm sure. Can we be serious? John Doe. Not a name you often hear in real life. That's correct. I know this man from somewhere. I'm sure of it. Edgeworth. And you are Prosecutor Edgeworth. You know my name. Of course. I've been following the day's developments with some interest. Now, perhaps you'd care to explain why you've asked to speak with me. So, is this a red herring? This guy did it, right? We're looking for a skilled assassin, and here comes the... I should have put together that if we're looking for an assassin, the assassin guy would pop up in this case. But it seems very early to meet the killer, and in this way. As you've been following our investigation, you're no doubt... how is he following the investigation? You're no doubt already aware of who we're looking for. So, let me ask you, do you recognize this raincoat by chance? Forgive me, but I'm afraid I do not. I see. Well, I believe its owner to be the would-be assassin we're seeking. That's smart to tell the fucking suspect. What are you doing? My, well, isn't that just shocking? I love that he's got an ice cream. I like when characters have a little guy that is with them, like a little pet or something that like is reflecting their emotional state. I like the little jiggling ice cream bird. And the same would-be assassin happens to have an injured left arm, just like you. All I can tell you is that I had nothing to do with this unfortunate affair. The two adversaries stare each other down, their eyes like deadly lasers. Care to tell the readers what happens next? A showdown, that's what! A battle of wits, a battle of words! Chess, chess, chess! Dare I let him explain away any further what he thinks this upcoming battle will entail? Let the man blather on. In a battle of wits, you never know if or when the other guy might just be lying or just plain mistaken. But if you spot an inconsistency in a statement of theirs, you gotta present the evidence that proves it. Okay. And to do that, I'll need to first open my organizer with R and then press X to present my evidence. And what if there ain't no inconsistencies to find? Then you change tack, press for more information, and see what you can shake loose. So, we're doing court. Indeed, I can press my opponent with L. Why don't you show us how it's done, Mr. Edgeworth? Kind of thought he'd say more there. Stepping up to bat, our nation's top prosecutor. Once I'm able to quietly gather my thoughts, yes. Music, music. Sounds like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Dun-dun. Very cool. Damn. The music in this game is insane. Same with the first one. I wonder if I would be even more into it if I heard the remastered versions, because I liked the original on the DS. I can understand why whoever wore the raincoat would be of interest to you. But you have no proof that it is this person that this person is injured as you claim. My left arm may be injured, but I can still use my right. When it started raining, I simply opened my umbrella. No raincoat required. So you contend that you were not wearing a raincoat. Is that correct? It is. And is that so strange? Not everyone wears one, after all. I happen to prefer an umbrella. Team Raincoat over here. They're perfect for when a girl really needs to move. Heck, I don't use neither. Come rain, sleet, snow, or shine, it's my trusty parka every time. Not exactly the line of inquiry I was hoping to pursue. So you see, I am not your would-be killer. And I'm not in the habit of making baseless accusations, Mr. Doe. Please, I am just an Extremely funny. I am just a simple ice cream salesman. Forgive me, my wound seems to have begun bleeding again in all the excitement. Great animation. The owner of the raincoat is definitely our assassin. And said owner also has an injured left arm. I'm on to you, Mr. Doe. It's only a matter of time. I can understand why whoever wore the raincoat would be of interest to you. So you admit that whoever wore the raincoat is a person of interest. I know they are. I was able to follow most of your investigation from the spectator area. Sus. One never thinks one could get caught up in such an awful thing as an assassination. Also, can we go to the fucking picture of the crowd? There's no people that look like you, buddy. Not like there would be, but because all the characters are so just like plainly designed that anybody that's interesting, you can see them from a mile away. Everybody else is wearing beige and brown and green. My left arm may be injured, but I can still use my right.
Hold it!
Let's press this. So, you'd like to see some proof that the owner of the raincoat has an injury. I would certainly expect such a renowned prosecutor to have some. I still don't understand how you know who I am. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You're famous. He probably read about you in the newspaper. I have also been observing you and your work, lest you forget. I don't believe a word he says. If I can prove he's lying, we'd be one step closer to apprehending our shooter.
Hold it!
That looks like quite a serious injury, Mr. Doe. How long ago did it happen exactly? Oh, not long. That's all you're gonna say on the subject? Well, it certainly made serving ice cream more difficult. And stopped me from holding my umbrella while I work. When it started raining, I simply opened my umbrella. No raincoat required. And then he lost that umbrella to the crowd, huh? Guess it's just one of those things. I suppose you're gonna tell me his wound reopening is just one of those things, too. Well, it kinda is, no? The assassin's left arm is injured. Fantastic. As is Mr. Doe's. Why, it's even bleeding as we speak. You're right! That is pretty suspicious. Nonetheless, we need to find something concrete that will link Mr. Doe to the crime. I should press R to open my organizer and look over all the evidence again. Okay. I made a mistake not just playing this through, because now I'll figure out everything. Well, we do have a ton of shit already. Profiles look fucking great. This guy's hilarious. John Doe. Am I bugging? Wasn't his name John Doe in the original too? Like, you gotta get a grip. There's blood on the inside. That's gotta be it, right? He's probably said something about... Yeah, this person... You have no proof this person is injured. You claim we can play two. Like this.
Objection!
Objection! I like that they still use the original voice line. That sounds like it, at least. You seem like a careful man, Mr. Doe, but not quite careful enough. After all, you left something behind. Something of vital importance. Dope. Very cool. I'm afraid you must have me confused with someone else. The coat does not belong to me. Or do you claim to have some kind of proof to support your accusation? Your arm isn't troubling you too much, I hope. Your wound seems to be bleeding again. I'll survive, although I can't pretend it's not something of an inconvenience. You have my deepest sympathies, because if it wasn't bleeding quite so badly, you could have perhaps made a clean getaway. What exactly are you insinuating? As we have already established, whoever wore the raincoat is injured. And now I can prove that person was you, with this decisive piece of evidence. Great. That's very good. I like that. I don't have to explain it, but it's very smart. I like the idea that he's very stoic and cold and not bothered, but his little ice cream is sweating. It's cute. You see, Mr. Doe, there's a small amount of blood on the inside of this raincoat. Blood that belongs to our assassin. Incredible. Attempted murder of a foreign leader, causing a diplomatic incident. They'll throw the book at you. They could at least throw fucking blood testing on this guy. Book him. We got him. Put him in handcuffs. Let's test his blood. What are we doing? You can give us the silent treatment all you like, but we don't need you to talk. A simple blood test, thank you, will give us the answer we require. Okay, my bad. I take it back. All it takes is for us to compare the blood on your bandages with that on the coat, and that will be that. They have this, like, difficult challenge of never being able to use, like, regular ways to catch criminals. So, like, fingerprints are kind of sparing. They always have to explain away blood and fingerprints and stuff like that, because it just wouldn't be that interesting if a case was solved in Ace Attorney, like, forensically. Like, who cares? So they have to really, every single time they have to make sure that you know, okay, we did think of it and we know it's not possible, or like there's some reason that it's not possible, but the way you catch Manfred von Karma has to be you hold a fucking metal detector up to his shoulder. You know what I mean? It has to be something cute and fun and gameplay that you can do, and not we'll take it to the lab. But I like this. This is excellent. We have the evidence. Why don't you make it easier on all of us and come clean? Admit that you were the one that attempted to assassinate the president of Zhengfa. I am not your assassin. You're stubborn, I'll give you that. But if this were a game of chess... What if it was a game of chess? You would already be in checkmate. Now do the honorable thing and admit defeat. He doesn't look like a man with no moves left to play. Very well. You have me. I'll admit it. I was wearing the raincoat. He confessed! Say the word and I'll slap the cuffs on him right now. But I did not shoot at the president. What? Mr. Edgeworth, the only thing you have proven is that I was wearing a particular raincoat. And as far as I'm aware, that is not a crime. Dubba 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 dubba. I am no assassin. I am a simple ice cream seller. One who happened to be wearing a red raincoat while watching the president speak. With the hood up. I was as surprised as anyone when his bodyguards sprang into action and the shots rang out. That's when the spectators panicked and started running and screaming for their lives. Now, are you finally satisfied that I am telling the truth? As if your story stinks. You don't scare me. The evidence is on our side, you know. Look, it's right there, plain as day. The assassin, and they're wearing a red raincoat. Intriguing, but that is not me. Oh, come on. Tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, do you really think I was the only one in the entire park wearing a red raincoat today? I do, actually. But then why? Why does he seem so sure of himself? I have a feeling that this would be too short of a case. I have the crazy vibe that he did not do it. Is that possible? There's got to be some kind of twist. Let's just play. I am no assassin. I'm a simple ice cream seller.
Hold it!
Why a raincoat? Why were you not using an umbrella? Is that so strange? It was a rainy morning. Most people were wearing a jacket of some kind. Well, I'd say it's a pretty strange choice considering you couldn't get one of your arms into it. Better that than to have one of my hands occupied by an umbrella. I had ice cream to serve after all. True. Then why go to such lengths to avoid testifying to that effect in the first place? Also true. Forgive me, I simply hadn't remembered until now that I threw my raincoat onto the stand. It's been an eventful day, after all. Eventful? Well, I hardly know what else to call it, Mr. Edgeworth. The president of Zhengfa was shot at.
Hold it!
A simple ice cream seller, but a knowledgeable one, I assume. On the subject of ice cream, at least. But of course, ask me anything you wish. No. I don't know the first thing about ice cream. You know what the most important thing about making ice cream is, of course. Mr. Edgeworth. Why, the most important thing about making ice cream is to approach it with a virtuous heart. And what does virtue have to do with anything? Without proper reverence for the craft, I'm afraid all you'll ever make are sweetened crystals of ice. There, I hope that you now see. I am nothing more than an ice cream seller. I was as surprised as anyone when his bodyguards sprang into action and the shots rang out.
Hold it!
In that order? So you saw the bodyguards move before you heard the gunshots. Yes, if I recall correctly, they moved first. At least, the one on the left did. Flat top. You're rather observant, Mr. Doe. I am blessed with keen eyes. Rook. Knight's injury. What if Knight has an injured left arm? And the one on the left was... Well, that actually doesn't make any sense. Because we're not looking for the person with a raincoat anymore. That's correct. Bastion Rook, I believe. Let's look. How the fuck do you know his name? We can't see him. Flat top. Oh, Knight's injury is his collarbone. Yeah. I expect he noticed a light from a laser sight, okay. The man is no amateur. Mr. Doe knows a little too much about the business of being a bodyguard for my liking. I have a nice little sip of coffee, it's so nice out. I'd say our friend here is no amateur either. I'd like you to append what you just said to your testimony if you don't mind. As you wish.
Hold it!
I don't know what's suspicious about that yet. So the bodyguard on the left was the first to move. By the smallest fraction, yes. He reacted admirably swiftly. His name was Bastion Rook, did you say? It appears you've assessed the situation quite astutely. No more so than anybody else, I'm sure. He's good, he didn't even flinch. That's when the spectators panicked and started running and screaming for their lives. In any event, the shooter was wearing a red raincoat. We have photographic proof of that. And yet... Mr. John Doe swears it wasn't him. That guy's lying through his teeth, I tell you. No one gets away with disrespecting Edgeworth, pal. Not on my watch. Calm down, detective. We will get the truth out of him by catching him in a lie. Yeah, so let's keep at him. He'll let something slip soon enough. I am no assassin. I am a simple ice cream seller. One who happened to be wearing a red raincoat while watching the president speak. I was as surprised as anyone when his bodyguard sprang into action and the shots rang out. That's gotta be the thing to present, but I don't really know. Oh, classified. How the fuck? Yeah, so that was what threw up the red flag from immediately. As I suspected, you are more than what you claim to be, Mr. Doe. You overestimate me, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh? Then tell me how a simple ice cream seller knows one of the presidential bodyguard's names. What? You jest, surely. You were the one who spoke their names aloud. Rook and Knight, was it? God! We only know the names thanks to security plan. Lead Rook, second Knight. But look closely, only their surnames appear. Huh? Yet, we all clearly heard you say the name Bastion Rook. How did you come to possess such information? Information we ourselves didn't have. God, that guitar. Seems pretty darn suspicious to me. Well, how did you know? Explain yourself. It was merely a slip of the tongue. Another lie. He is the assassin just like we said. Ha. Come now, miss. It's a little soon to be jumping to such conclusions. I did know their names. Yes. And the reason for that is... Well... I know Mr. Rook. He and I are acquainted. What? We have something of a connection. And his is a name I could never forget. You think we're stupid, pal? Stop lying! I am not lying. I am, as I always have been, a simple ice cream seller. And an acquaintance of Bastion Rook. Yes. And I suppose Mr. Rook will confirm that. It should be easy enough for him to remember his good friend, the slippery ice cream seller, correct? Please, you are more than welcome to ask him, although I think that might be difficult right now. I would imagine he's rather busy ensuring the president's safety. But suppose you are able to speak with him and he does deny that he and I are acquainted. How will that help you prove I was the shooter?
Objection!
If you weren't the shooter, why take off your raincoat? Because it was no longer raining. In fact, it had grown quite warm. Dope. Far better to let my wound breathe, no? Or would you rather I had let it fester? Is he actually gonna worm his way out of this? Ha ha ha! What is the hi for? It's just us.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Hurry up and arrest the man. He's clearly guilty. If I were you, he'd be in jail.
Yeah, I'm sure. You might be willing to arrest a man without sufficient proof, but I am not. I want to see his little pixel. Can I change that on the fly? Probably not, I want to see, Shelly the Killer's little pixel profile. No! Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, there's gotta be something you can do. Shocking scenes here as the culprit seems all but certain to escape justice. It seems the... Is that why we had the voices? Because we were listening to public opinion? It seems the court of public opinion has spoken. Very well. As I will clearly be viewed with suspicion, no matter what I say, I might as well share what I know. What do you know? I think his angle is that he didn't fucking do it. I saw them. I saw another person with a red hood. What? Are you kidding? It's the person you captured in your photograph. I first noticed them just before the president's speech began. It was still raining then. Their outfit was the same color as my own, which is what drew my attention, as did the laser beam that was aimed directly at the president's head. He's claiming there was another red-hooded person. Preposterous. I knew that if anybody saw me dressed similar to this individual, I could fall under suspicion myself, and so naturally I removed my raincoat. So not only did you see the assassin, but they were wearing the exact same thing as you. How very convenient. I had thought you might find it far-fetched, hence my not mentioning it until now. I know you law enforcement people are very skeptical types. You would never have believed me. Especially not if I had said the shooter was standing right next to a certain prosecutor. Well, I know you don't mean me. I wasn't even summoned until after the shooting. No, not you, Mr. Edgeworth. Winston fucking Payne. Your colleague over there. This is a good cast for the first one. I'm digging it.
Huh? Me?
Yes, the photograph will prove it, I am sure. You see, right there in front of the person with the red hood.
That's me, yes, but what exactly are you saying?
What's his endgame here? As I mentioned, I have been following your investigation with some interest, Mr. Edgeworth. And while pondering the details, I noticed something strange. Strange? What exactly? Come now. A man of your talent should be more than capable of spotting a contradiction such as this. I'm afraid I don't follow. The picture shows the chief prosecutor, Mr. Payne, as the shooter. Oh, I'm so dumb. I read the wrong voice and I read the wrong line. Kay said that and I thought it was Shelly the Killer saying Winston Payne was the one holding the gun. I was like, please be serious. Okay, my bad. But there's nothing weird about that, is there? Think carefully. The picture was taken right in the middle of the president's speech. One of the other pieces of evidence you've gathered is inconsistent with what we see here. What is Mr. Doe talking about? Which piece of evidence is inconsistent with this picture? Oh my god. I just noticed. Okay, I didn't get the contradiction. I don't know what it is. But I did notice that he has a mane like a knight and Rook has a flat top like a rook. He's also called Bastion like a rook. That's very funny. I cannot believe that. And I did notice his little checkerboard chess tie. Okay, I don't know what it is. Fitted with a laser sight, 2 spent bullets. Rook repositioned in light of Knight's injury. Knight to immediately escort President to plane in case of emergency. The person who is wearing it must have an injured left arm. Is that? Can't see the left arm. Pain, talking to somebody. Yeah, the president dresses the, yeah, okay. High-pitched gentleman. Is that Pain? The meeting is scheduled just for after the speech. The president thrusts his fist in the air as the excitement reaches fever pitch. It seems like that is when the picture was taken, but there's no. It seems like bang bang and then people freak out and then the laser pointer goes on his head.
Take that!
Ah, of course. Oh, I'm so glad I got that. The tape. It contradicts the photograph. Ah, so you've noticed at last. What's he going on about, Mr. Edgeworth? Someone's missing. Someone who should be here. Huh? But who? Who indeed? The person who is missing from this photograph is... Okay, so I was not right.
Take that!
Where's Tabby Lloyd, I guess? No way she did it. Huh? Mrs. Lloyd? That would be... What a twist that would be if a Lotta Hart type did it. Can you imagine if we met Lotta Hart and I never would have ever suspected her, ever. That would be so good. Mr. Payne's voice can clearly be heard on Mrs. Lloyd's tape. Considering that he was conducting a private conversation with the chief prosecutor... She was in the Red Hood? Oh my god, how the fuck did I miss that? There were these 2 old guys standing right in front of me. They were whispering to each other the whole darn time. I guess I thought she was behind. She must have been very close indeed to capture it on tape. You're right, but she's not in the picture. Precisely. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you still believe that you've been hounding the right person? Mrs. Lloyd, would you mind answering a few questions? Whoa, y'all are fixing to put me under the microscope now? Alright, sure, knock yourselves out. I got nothing to hide. I really hope it's her. What a fucking cool killer that would be. She's just faking being. It ain't like I was standing still the whole time. Nah, I was running all over, roving reporter style. And that was a big old crowd. Guess the picture must have been taken when I was in one spot and the tape's from when I was in another. That's not possible. He raised his fist in the air. So quit giving me the evil eye. Ain't nothing but a misunderstanding. There's no doubt about the voices on that tape. That was Mr. Payne and the chief prosecutor. Oh, that's the chief prosecutor. Some fucking old square. Tabby wouldn't lie to us. I know she wouldn't. But if she did, that would mean that she's our perp. Okay, stop saying that to her. Well, y'all quit messing with me, as if I could have done a thing like that. Little old me? What if she's like in that military contractor circle, and she's like undercover right now? That'd be so cool. I might be inclined to believe you if your testimony didn't contain a glaring inconsistency. It does? I thought it was pretty good. Seems I've no choice but to present her with the evidence and expose the contradiction.
Hold it!
You were running all over. Where exactly? Here, there, and everywhere, I guess. What, you don't know what all over means? You think I remember exactly where I was and when in a crowd like that? What do y'all want from me? I'd like you to at least tell us whether you were to the left or to the right of the stage. Left? Yeah, left, I think. The suspect in the picture was on the left-hand side, too. Coincidence? Guess the picture must have been taken when I was in one spot and the tapes from when I was in another. That's not possible.
Objection!
Miss Lloyd, it's imperative for a reporter not to lie, wouldn't you say? You're danged right it is, and I don't lie. And yet, the photograph and recording were definitely taken at the same time. Because he's got his fist up. Oh, but I can. The evidence is right here in these pictures. This one in particular shows something that lines up precisely with when you were making a recording.
Take that!
See here, the president has his fist raised. And, what about it? Would you be so kind as to play us the tape again? It ain't that simple. What if I were to tell you that you don't have a choice? Ugh, you don't make it easy, do you, Ruffles? Remember, we are concerned with the moment the president raised his fist. Yep. There! That's the moment right there! Correct. We've now confirmed when it occurred in the recording. Which means... I need to see fucking faces. Tabby should be in the picture too. And she is. Right there for all to see. Wait, am I dumb? I just saw a guy with an afro. For Miss Lloyd is in fact the person with the red hood. What? That's better. So you're a shooter, huh? No, I don't even own a jacket like that. That's right. From everything we know, the owner of the red raincoat is John Doe. We've already proven the raincoat belonged to Mr. Doe. You, Miss Lloyd, were wearing something else. Something that also happened to have a red hood. Is that reversible? So there were two people with red hoods all along? Indeed. Mr. Doe's last statement was true. Wait, but we only found one raincoat. Where's the other one? Our ice cream seller never mentioned a raincoat, only a red hood. So, tell us about your jacket again, Mrs. Lloyd. Oh my god, the inside of it. Huh? This old thing? Well, the best thing about it, like I said, is if you get mud and such on it, it's reversible, see? So, you just turn it inside out and... Ah! Why is she surprised by that? If she really did do it and did... whatever. Just as I thought. The inside of her hood, it's red. That's right. And when the incident occurred, that's the side of the hood that was visible. What's going on here? What were you really up to, huh, pal? What? Wait, I never even wore it that way around. Perhaps if you would allow us to examine it, we could confirm that for ourselves. And how are y'all gonna confirm that exactly? It was raining right up until the president's speech, correct? That much has been established already. It'll be wet. And as you yourself said. Heck, I don't use neither. Come rain, sleet, snow, or shine, it's my trusty parka every time. If you haven't reversed your parka since the rain, then the inside should be dry. Well, wait a second, I got this big old backpack on, you see, so I can't take off my jacket. Yeah, maybe I could show y'all some other time. You think an excuse that weak is gonna wash with Mr. Edgeworth? Well, what are you waiting for? If you're innocent, take it off and show us. It wasn't me, I swear. I never shot the dang president. Funny sentence. I could never. If that's true, Miss Lloyd, then your best option is to cooperate and tell us the truth. Is there a particular reason why you chose to wear a parka with a red hood here today? Sorry, Ruffles. There's something I never told you. Something I couldn't. But I'll come clean, I promise. Just go easy on me now, you hear? Don't let that be pain. Hold your horses. It's a little soon for the endgame. Oh, come on. That goes for you too, Mr. Prosecutor. You lost this one the moment you made your opening move. That's not the right voice for him, but here we go. That's one of the men from Kay's photograph. Guess I'd better introduce myself. Cool. The name's Bronco Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard. What voice should he have? Something cooler than that. Let's see. Maybe something lower, raspy, but not like I'm sure. Point that thing somewhere else, pal. What the heck's wrong with you? Sorry, can't help myself. It's just too much fun being this good. You're not a member of law enforcement, so how did you get a gun? This old girl's on loan from Zheng Fa, temporarily issued to us presidential bodyguards. Anyway, never mind that. I got 2 tidbits of news for you. You want the good or the bad first. Choice is yours. I'm indifferent, whichever you prefer. Really? You're giving up the first move advantage just like that? Whatever, your loss. Guess I'll push out the first pawn then. You're really good at chess, huh? I love liking chess so much that you can't have a conversation without using chess metaphor. So you play little chess, I take it. Ah, a fellow fan are you, Mr. Red Suit? The name's Edgeworth, and you could say I dabble. I would love to see these two play a real game. Duly noted, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, I'll start with the good news. The president's okay. Didn't suffer so much as a scratch. He didn't? That's a relief. Particularly for the young lady here. That means there is no longer a murder charge on the table. That is good news, huh, Tabby? Yeah, because I'd never... Now for the bad news. The only reason the president's alive is because we bodyguards did our job. One of us did anyhow. Our boss. Put himself in the line of fire. You're referring to your colleague, Mr. Rook. Yeah, it's game over for him. No way! Rook is dead? A genuine loss. I think he did fucking know that guy. So you're saying that Tabby? Yeah, your friend here killed my colleague. My brother in arms. Oh, heck no, I didn't do it. I didn't kill anybody. I could never. I'd shut my mouth if I were you, murderer. Sure, we did what we had to do. Sacrifice one of our pieces to protect the king. But to lose someone like him during a castling, it's a real shame. Castling? What's that even mean? It's a chess term. Very simplistically speaking, it's a move where a rook switches places with the king. Then why didn't you just say so? Mr. Knight, was it? Yeah, what? We'll need to see this victim's body right away. And if possible, I'd like to ask the president a few questions. Sorry, no can do. And why not? That's the third piece of news, and it's the piece you're gonna like the least. I thought you said there were only 2. The National Police Force of Zheng Fa will be handling things from here. What? You'd better be kidding, pal! This investigation was assigned to us. We're not about to hand it over. You're the Edgeworth, right? The one who solved the Yatagarasu case. The president mentioned you. I'm honored to have warranted his attention. Makes sense that the chief prosecutor would assign this one to you. Wait, did the chief assign me to appease the president? But that was a mistake. A big one. He should have given the case to somebody with a spine. You're free to take it up with President Wong. If you enjoy diplomatic incidents, that is. So this guy has a gun. He shot something or someone. Ah. There's no way his idle animation would be him fucking twirling around like that. And it hasn't fired off once this whole time. You're coming with me. Also, she's innocent, I guess. We'll continue this on the presidential plane. No. I never did nothing, I swear. We can do this the hard way if you like, but in Jengfa, justice is served one way or the other. Ruffles, come on, you gotta help me out here, please. Mrs. Lloyd. She was the one in the red hood. There's no denying that now. But if I can't help feeling we don't know the whole truth behind this case. I'm innocent. You gotta believe me. Can I really let this happen? Is this really how it ends? The look in her eyes. The crack in her voice as she begs me to help her. She's about to get domed. Stop pointing that gun. This is no act by a criminal. She's genuinely scared. And if I let him take her, we'll never know what really happened. Eek! Easily my best eek ever. Huh? What the? Get your filthy hands off! Let's go! Quiet now. Is that any way to greet me? Your neck has barely begun to heal and you've already forgotten who I am? I'm disappointed. Oh man. Did Shelly the Killer break this guy's neck? Also, I'm thinking Shelly the Killer said I knew one of them. I guess maybe he did know Bastion Rook, and maybe he knew both of them, but I know they switched places, so I'm wondering. What? It's you. Ah, so you do remember. What do you think you're doing, pal? Put the knife down and give it up. You got some nerve pulling a stunt like this in front of a bunch of police officers. Don't even think about it. You don't stand a chance against this guy. Who are you really, Mr. Doe? Let's just say that I'm no simple ice cream seller. Guy's a pro, a hitman. His name's Shelly the Killer. The Killer? An assassin, capable of taking down any target, any place, any time. This isn't the first time our paths have crossed. D-Killer! It's been too long, Mr. Edgeworth. But of course, this is the first time we've met face to face. Okay, that checks out. You're the assassin we've been looking for. In a sense, yes. A certain someone did indeed hire me to carry out a contract. And that contract did indeed specify that I was to assassinate President Wong. This like panic theme is great. How could I have been so careless? My bandage proved useful for being near a knife to the park undetected. But I miscalculated in certain other regards. He didn't bring a gun? Now, shall we play a little game, Mr. Knight? I know how fond you are of such diversions. The stakes must be high in order for it to be fun, of course. Shall we wager, say, your life? What do you want from me? I would like for you to allow Mr. Edgeworth to remain in charge of the case. He what? What are you up to, D-Killer? I would simply like our mutual friend to see things through to their conclusion. Huh? But why? Bastion Rook was a man of great skill, one with whom I felt a certain connection. It is only right that the truth behind his death be brought to light. With Mr. Rook's departure, the case is now yours to investigate. Is it not, Mr. Knight? I'm simply asking you to transfer that authority to Mr. Edgeworth. It's not something worth losing your life over, surely. You're just using the investigation as an excuse to get close to the president. Am I really? I suppose it is true that in order for the investigation to proceed, we will need to enter the presidential plane.
You think I'm gonna let you near him? I'm his chief bodyguard.
Are you? And here I thought you were only second in command.
Rook's not around. That means I'm number one.
I wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes.
You... Of course I do. I'm the leader now. Me.
If that is indeed the case, then I would ask that you make a choice worthy of a leader. Will you needlessly throw away your life, or will you allow the investigation to continue?
Is he really doing this to gain access to the president? Does he even need to? What is he plotting?
Okay, Tabby needs to get a fucking grip, and Winston Payne is... You have no objections, I trust, Mr. Edgeworth. Come, let us continue the investigation.
What do we do now, sir?
It would seem we have little choice but to do as we're told. That said, listen, detective, and listen well. I'll buy us some time as I investigate. Meanwhile, you gather the other officers. Have them surround the plane and make absolutely certain there's no way he can escape.
Yes, sir! You got it!
No! Ah! Yes! Oh, man. This is a great stopping point, but I kind of want to keep going. Alright, I'll go for a little bit longer. I can't help myself. I hope you're enjoying this. This is so fun for me. I'm really, really digging it. And, I like doing the voices. I like, you know, getting to say stuff out loud and articulate that in a way that's, like, not well thought out, not an essay, not anything. Because I don't really have an essay for this, just playing it right now. I'm just, like, digging it, having fun. I'm really, really, really into the music. I think the animations are great, and it looks fucking dope. It's just a really, really cool game. Makes me really, like, you know, makes me feel nice about the series. And I, you know, sometimes those games can be like a slog in places, or like Spirit of Justice, Dual Destinies are like a little bit slower in places, but like this one's just really sharp and fun, and I'm really, really digging it. And it's cool that it's been localized. With the death of Bastian Rook and the revelation that Shelley the Killer was in our midst, the case had taken a turn we could never have predicted. I don't know how many more characters we'll meet, and at this point, there's no fucking way we're gonna meet Lotta Hart, I think. I suspect Knight, because he's antagonistic, and because we have to play chess against him eventually, and because he's hiding stuff and has a gun. I think Shelley the Killer's innocent, and I think, unfortunately, Tabby's innocent, although I think it would have been so cool if we had, like, can you imagine if Old Bag was the killer for a case? That'd be so funny. And the emergency personnel attending to Mr. Rook's body were asked to leave. With the scene cleared, we stepped cautiously aboard. I want to see the president. I want to see... Yo! Wait, he was killed in here. Oh, be serious. He's got his gun drawn. Fascinating. No president in sight. Now, where could he be?
Who knows?
So he's hiding behind the bulkhead door over there, is he? As courageous in the face of danger as ever.
Ha! Sorry to disappoint, but did you seriously expect him to be standing here waiting to meet his assassin?
As we have already established, my interest lies only in the successful conclusion of this investigation. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would be so kind as to examine the body. Alright. My only option right now is to play along. The rest is up to you, Detective Gumshoe. I think it's funny that fucking Kay Faraday and Tabby Lloyd are just here. Like, this is pretty high stakes, and we just have, like, my friend. Can my little friend come? Yeah, is she, like, your assistant? No, I don't know. Just thought she'd be good for the vibes or something. So the attempted assassination of the president has become the murder of a bodyguard. You look like you could use a little help there, Mr. Edgeworth. And not that I need it, but yes. How about Mini Thief, the little tool to recreate? Kay Faraday, great thief extraordinaire. We'll just have to take it from here. Okay, another thought. I'm sorry for interrupting again, but I just can't help it. I like the pattern on her shirt. I don't know if I've ever noticed that. Something funny about Kay and Edgeworth that just makes them less strong than Phoenix and Maya. Phoenix and Maya have this relationship that's so well characterized and thought out, and you just know very clearly how they feel about each other. They have kind of intricate bonds. Phoenix, we don't know all this immediately, and it gets rewritten and changed and whatever. Phoenix kind of loves Mia and got his life saved by her. His whole profession, he changed to work in the same discipline as her, and then later work with her. And then she gets murdered in front of him, and her sister gets accused of the murder. He defends her, takes over her job, and then promises to watch over the little sister. And then starts watching over her cousin. So they just they also have really, really good rapport and have a really good reason for being together. I think it's so funny that Kay Faraday and Edgeworth are friends, because it's like, you guys don't need to be friends, you're just homies. And Edgeworth is like, I don't like you, and Kay Faraday is like, that's fine, I'm still gonna hang out. Oh really? You mean you're just gonna solve the case for me? Nope. I thought not. But I will provide vital assistance. Now let's get to scouring this crime scene from top to bottom. Oh, if you don't get your tool out. It will take Detective Gumshoe a while to assemble our backup, so I'll need to draw this part of the investigation out as long as possible. Begin investigation. It's also good that they're drip feeding us stimulus. There's no president yet. It's just the murder. It's just this new place. It's a solid circular life preserver designed to be used in the case of emergency on the water. I like this dead body. I'm like, what's this little bird over here? Or rather, to the sea to be more precise. Ooh, the sea. I love the sea. We should go sometime. Hey, we've got a hostage situation, Kay. Sorry, but you'll have to make that particular trip without me. Oh, don't be like that. Come on, it'll be fun. We can have lobster rolls, ice cream, all that good stuff. Something tells me the sea isn't the main attraction for you, is it? Bird. A riot shield, and next to it a canary in a cage. Aw, she's so sweet. I want one. Did you ever see a cuter partner in crime? Partner in crime? Well, yeah. She could help me with lockpicking, stuff like that. A great thief has no greater ally than nature, Mr. Edgeworth. Sadly, such birds are most commonly used for detecting poisonous gases. Wait, this one isn't actually for that, is it? Alright, my bad, I gotta check the thing that's important. Yeah, he got shot in here. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. I think he got shot in here, at least. That's what it looks like. The bullet seems to have entered his body just under his armpit and went clean through his body. Where did it end up? That's a great question. He was hit in an area this bulletproof vest didn't cover. Like it was on purpose or something, huh? The cause of his death would appear to be loss of blood. Attempts were made to staunch it, but to no avail. The medics must have been brought in to try and save him. Come on, boys. Sadly, it was too little too late. Got his gun drawn. So the victim was also carrying a revolver. It looks like he was trying to use it. He probably drew it on instinct when he felt threatened. We should check to see if he managed to fire any rounds off. All there, and no other signs of the weapon having been used. Was this on loan from Zheng Fa too? So if Knight did it, there is the question of why there's a gun in the trash with 2 bullets having been fired. Why? What's up with his gun? We're always issued with the same model gun. That's a clue to catch Knight later. It's a bulletproof attaché case. Bodyguards use them to shield their clients from gunfire. There were some in case photographed too. Looks like Rook and Knight each had one. Oh hey, there's the photo I snatched. You can hardly steal a photo of a public event, Kay. But I'm snatching up a moment in time with every picture I take, you know? I take it snatch is your new favorite word? Heh maybe. Sorry. It's the victim, Mr. Bastian Rook, bodyguard to the president of Zhengfa. He's one of the guys that brought the president inside as soon as the shooting started. Which means he continued to do his duty right up until his dying breath. At least he'll get posthumously promoted. Okay, it's better to know when to say nothing at all than to end up with your foot in your mouth. What do you mean? I mean, bodyguards don't even operate on the same rank promotion system as the police in the first place. Yeah, isn't that interesting? There's like a little trapdoor. There are two large rectangles cut into the floor here. I could see hinges through the gaps. It's an emergency entrance disguised as an emergency exit. All the president would need to do is lower his rope ladder and make his miraculous escape. Which would make it an exit, not an entrance. So which is it? It's an exit, but it's used as an entrance. But disguised as an exit. Yeah. I think? Congratulations, you've even confused yourself. That's quite the achievement. Oh, I thought they would have told me you're done. Oh, can you cut it out? So corny. I didn't do it. I'm a reporter. The only way I think I would be into this is if she did it. Like, her little character. Like, I just don't care that you are, whatever. I bag scoops, not souls. But then why lie about your jacket and the laser sight? That was, I just, knew y'all would think it was fishy. Is that really all it was? Please, you gotta believe me, I could never do something like this. I'd like to tell you everything will be alright, but just try not to worry too much. If you really are innocent, I'll prove it. One way or another. Thanks, Chief. I believe in you. How many times must I tell you, I am not your chief? Oh, sorry, Ruffles. Clean forgot you were chief number 2. That's not what I meant. Boo-hoo. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. A little trapdoor lever. A curious figure of a curious animal with a curious expression is staring right at me. And look, there's a big lever right by its butt. Don't even think about it. Oh, I wasn't thinking about anything, I swear. I imagine that lever opens the panels beneath my feet. Ah, I see. So he's standing on a trapdoor? Oh shit, there's a bullet hole in that. I strongly advise you not to pull it. Do so and you will regret it. You know, I'm okay with taking some advice, especially when it's from a professional killer. Documents of some kind. We could always steal a glance. Pawns. Oh yeah, like the one from the trash can. Precisely. But wait. Oh, the rook and knight are switched. Something feels off.
Eureka!
Eureka! Such a hilarious. That's so funny that he says that. The two planes are different. Was the security detail reorganized at some point? Huh? Oh, you're right. Yeah, we made some last-minute changes yesterday. President's orders. Why the urgency? Because of what happened the day before. The killer here tried to take him down. He infiltrated the security detail, posed as one of us. Rook figured it out first, but not before the guy got within striking distance of the president. Dope. That's fucking cool. If our leader hadn't stepped in just then, we'd all have been out of a job. You know what's so interesting? It seems like Shelly the Killer is trying to kill you, dummy. Not the president. God, he looks cool as hell. But he made it, and our friend here wound up with a seriously twisted arm. Hey, look at your neck. Rook put a bullet in it for good measure, too. And where were you when all this was happening? You were the first one I overpowered, were you not? Oh, that's embarrassing. Shut up, kid. Now I get it. Your neck has barely begun to heal, and you've already forgotten who I am. I'm disappointed. What? It's you! Busted up my neck so bad I can't even look to my right. That's interesting. I was somewhat astonished to have sustained an injury at all. A testament to Mr. Rook's skill. He was truly a master of his craft. Unlike a certain other someone I could mention, dumbass. I'm just as good as he ever was. You were a pawn to his queen, my young friend. What the heck do you know? So that's why you remembered Mr. Rook's name. You admired his skills as a bodyguard. Indeed. While I was serving on the team, I learned the names of all the operatives. But his in particular stayed with me. It joined the very short list of those who have ever successfully wounded me. So that's the connection you're talking about. And that's why we changed up the security plan. Had to be sure there weren't any more assassins in the ranks. Doesn't make sense, though. The president didn't want anyone on stage he didn't trust, and he only trusts two people. Me and Rook. Knight cannot look to the right. Is that why they switched? How does that explain your change of position? Oh yeah, he switched over to the right-hand side. I told you, I can't turn my neck to the right. Could only cover the president's left side. So I wound up moving to the right side of the stage. Yeah, stage right. Alright, I gotta know what the hell these are. These personal safety alarms are very colorful. Looks like they got a lot of use as well. I like the president. He seems like a thoughtful guy. Buying these for his kids, maybe his wife too. Why would they all be here if that was the case? No, these are for his own personal use. Objection, Your Honor. It's simply not possible for one person to use this many personal alarms. Why, you ask? Because he's human and therefore only possesses 2 hands. 20 hands wouldn't be enough to count all the number of objections I had to that objection. I do think she's funny. That looks heavy. So this is what a president wears, huh? Must be made of something super special. Yes, to protect him from bullets. What? So it's not just for show? Yeah, there's a bullet sticking out of it. Of course not. This is a bulletproof vest. Oh, so that's what one of those looks like. Why didn't you just say so? Now I feel silly. I wish it would tell me, you're done. No more to search. Alright, that's an excellent stopping point. Alright. That was so much fun. I enjoyed that one more than the first one. Because, like, Shelly the Killer is cooler than Tabby Lloyd. So, I'm super into this. I gotta play the rest of this case. I'll finish it next video. Definitely next video. I'll just wrap it up, however long it winds up being. Thanks for watching this. Very cool that you watched the whole thing. That's really nice. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this one. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm really digging this, and I've just been yapping. So tell me what you're thinking about this game. If you're into it, if you've played it already, if you're watching this for the first time, or if you're watching having played it already and wanting to share it. Either way, I'm really digging it. So thanks for being here. Give it a like. See ya. Bye.